Okay, someone asked me to take one for the team and to review two movies. One being Battlefield Earth, the other one being Geely. Out of the two, I'm least looking forward to reviewing Geely, having never seen it. And I hate Jennifer Lopez's acting. So let's go with Battlefield Earth, or BFE. I've ever heard people call it as Big Friggin' Enema, because that's what you want to do with your brain afterwards. It's also referred to as like the saga of the year 3000. Giant aliens, and I mean giant aliens, are like 10, 12 feet tall, show up and pretty much decimate the Earth's military in like minutes. So what we see now is after the decivilization of humans, even though our teeth are still good. I'll never understand that. Regardless of the time frame, we seem to have good teeth. We have good teeth now, and we're at like, the height of our dental industry. But anyways. So these giant aliens are coming here for what? Gold. Gold! And then for some stupid reason, they find one who kind of attacks them and shows initiative. Then they train that one to learn their language, thinking that he's too stupid and he wouldn't actually, I don't know, plan a revolt against them. This movie's normally known for the costumes look horrible. The acting is horrible. This movie really needed two other things. Had I done it, I probably would have tweaked it. One, John Travolta doesn't like sing and dance in this one. He normally sings and dances in his films. Travolta needed to be dancing more often. Two, this needed a lot more Forest Whitaker. Forest Whitaker will try to act the best he can given the dialogue and given the script. This needed Forest Whitaker doing what he does, just being him and projecting that Forest Whitakerness. And John Travolta needed to dance in every scene. Close your eyes and picture John Travolta in like the 8'12", whatever he was, costume. And picture him dancing. Like Saturday Night Fever dancing. Or Michael, Look Who's Talking franchise. Or even, Pulp Fiction. Picture him in the costume. You're probably going, you know what, I would love this movie now. Because it would go, you know what, we know it sucks, but guess what? We're going to make it so stupid and over the top you're going to have to love it. So of course this movie is based upon a book by who most people consider to be one of the worst sci-fi writers, L. Ron Hubbard, expecting that lawsuit from the Scientology group now. And this film is just, it takes every cliche and every horrible trick, whether it's putting the camera like way down here to make everything look super huge or tinting everything. It'd be like I shot this video in sepia tone, and then went into negative, and then put the camera down on the ground so you just saw like an up by nostril shot. I do actually have friends who, when we first came out, said, you have to see it. You will not believe how bad it is. And one of the mock quotes, they call it the Showgirls of sci-fi films. Now, Showgirls is bad. It's bad. But nothing about that movie says it should be good. It's not based on anything. This is based on a book, and it's part one of two. For the life of me, I can never figure out how in the world you do a sequel to it. Especially knowing that after the Manimals have learned the very bare basics and rudimentary skills required to do anything beyond harvest gold, which they go into Fort Knox. Why it took these aliens so long to find Fort Knox. If you advance technology weapons and you just decimate the military pretty quick, you don't think you would go for these giant buildings that look kind of like prisons? Did they not think that humans harvested gold? I mean, there are places chock full of gold. How could they miss one of the largest repositories of gold? But then there's the same people who went, you know what? He grabbed a gun and shot at one of my guys. Yeah, I think I should teach him stuff. You in the front. Why? He just shot at one of our people. Why in the world would John teach him anything? He grabbed a gun and shot somebody. Well, yes, he obviously is a superior animal. I think I can train him all about our society and why we do what we do and how to fly our planes, and he will allow me to do less things. So we now have alien middle management on our planet? I'm looking forward to leaving Earth and going back to our planet. I want to wear this weird breathe right strip whenever I go places. No. Ah, my job sucks. Or even better yet, tweak it. Make it like The Office. That's what it is. I mean, you've got John Travolta is a giant alien middle manager who wants to go to corporate, but they won't let him, so he's still stuck in the minor leagues. So I guess Earth will be like Scranton. And their planet with the explosive atmosphere would be like the corporate headquarters. Notice how I'm trying to throw in as many analogies as possible to make this movie seem like something you could watch and enjoy. And then of course the climax where they fly a lone plane through the gateway to the alien planet and discharge a weapon into the methane atmosphere and destroy the whole planet. In Star Wars, the Empire, which from like movie 3 to movie 6 had pretty much controlled everything, got defeated by teddy bears. But at least it was in a jungle setting, so they didn't have the terrain advantage. That and wearing bright white in a green atmosphere doesn't help out that much. It almost seems manly to lose by teddy bears than it does for one dude with one ship flying through your portal to destroy your whole planet. It's like you've been epic pwned by a noob. I mean, seriously, this is a movie that only actually is better if you watch it with other person's commentary. There's actually a version that I've heard about where they had children read the dialogue. So it's entirely audio dubbed, and it's little kids reading dialogue. And I was like, you know, that's... I think John Travolta with like a 4-year-old's voice sounds different. It makes this movie super over the top and goofy cheesy, kind of like when The Undertaker spoke in Suburban Commando, and it was a kid's voice. It makes the movie entirely different. It almost makes it watchable just because you laugh. So, Battlefield Earth, considered one of the worst films of all time, for good reason. To make this movie redeeming, you actually have to tweak it. Let's tweak it a lot. However, you can still make it worse. Put Jar Jar in a bunch of scenes. I mean, Jar Jar's one of the most hated characters in you know, nerddom. Let's throw him in there. But yeah, the fact that this movie just, on all accounts, is a failure. But it could have been saved had they turned it into a space version of The Office, had John Travolta dancing, and had more Forrest Whitaker. They needed to clone him. This movie needed at least like 2 to 3 Forrest Whitakers to make it decent.